All right, we are no sound, so let's do this.
Old.
Okay, we're gonna do some training on deduction spreadsheets. Okay, so we're gonna use an example of Pheasant Hollow when we have we're gonna start from the beginning, okay, and we'll go through all the different questions that we could possibly have. Okay, when we are going from the basic make a copy. So we're in the team drive and we go into our enrollment folder. After the enrollment, here I see everybody's changing my stuff in here. There's no master anymore, okay? I will create a master. So when you're doing one, what we need to do is we need to right click and make a copy. Okay, and that would create a copy of something. It should be copy of master, but somebody's adjusted and made this one their thing. Okay. So then whenever you go in here, then you can change the name to whatever it's called. Everybody clear so far? So we're going to make a copy. All right. We're going to do Pheasant Hollow as our example. When I am checking things, I'm going to start at the top and then work my way down. So on the left-hand side, I'm going to check to make sure that this is the correct name of the franchise. And I'm going to give you guys these two. This is a deduction report, management report, and an image of the spreadsheet as it is right now. Okay. So we're starting at the top and we're going to make sure that our deductions here and the information matches. So I'm starting at the top and I'm going to start at the left hand, the top. Do I have the name of the business and then do I have the account number? Okay, so the account number is 42126. Then I'm going to double check that I have whoever enrolled it plus my agency director. So really we should have Christie's information here, right? Because Christie's the one who enrolled it. That way they have 2 points of contact. So that's on the master. It used to say agent name, agent email, yada, 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 right? 618.
316 3490.
Okay, that way they have multiple people of contact. So I never, ever, ever want it to be without my stuff on there because we've all seen that whenever they don't have anybody to contact, they can't get a hold of an agent, they quit, whatever that happens, then they have another point of contact, okay? So then I'm double checking, is my pay frequency correct? Biweekly, it's in 3 different spots, biweekly, 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 okay? Then I'm double checking, is my updated deduction going to be correct? These deductions should start in December, and then the first updated bill will happen in January 1/1/2025. Okay, perfect. The other thing that I'm going to check on the outside of this, all of these things, I'm going to check down here where it says updated. When did we update this? It would be updated in November of 2024. Okay, that way, whenever we download it as a PDF, it will say Pheasant Hollow Winery deduction spreadsheet updated November 2024. That way, if they have multiples, then they can go in there and figure it out. Okay, next, we're going to go in and we're going to go through and make sure that everything is spelled correctly, numbers are correct, everything. So what's the first thing that we want to make sure? We have the name spelled correctly. Okay, so Brian Crisp's name was misspelled, so we're going to fix that. And then we're going to go across and we're going to figure out what our policies are. So he has a critical illness 966, an accident plan 416. That looks like it's correct, right? So then we're going to go through, and then the next person is Cass Weeks. Okay, so we're going to go through. She has 416. She has cancer plan of 1224. She has critical illness of 3 plus 3, which is 6. And then she has 826 and $8 for her grandchildren Career Life Plus. Then we have an accident plan for a spouse. Okay, so Christy said, I don't know how to add a column. So what do I do? Okay, so you can go up here and you can right click and it will give you an option to insert a column left or right. It doesn't matter. You're just going to try to get it because it's a post text. You want to get it between you don't want to post text over here in the middle. Does that make sense? Okay, so what I would do is I would copy the words, or you can just type them in. I don't care, whichever one you want to do. And then you're gonna change that to be post-tax words. And we have post-taxes in blue. So you can highlight and make it blue. Yes,
Is vision for your post tax?
pre. If you're concerned about what that looks like, you can always look at a payroll form to figure out which ones are pre and which ones are post, because there's one column for pre, one column for post. So on that payroll form, vision and dental are on the left. Okay, so then we have to add his accident plan to a post-tax deduction. We don't have any accidental death benefits, so I'm going to delete this column. That way I can show you exactly what's happening. Now, what happens over here, because all of my formulas got messed up, right? Because I lost a column, and that's okay. We're going to go check our formulas. So this formula should include B, C, D, and E. Those are our 4 pre-taxes. So I just delete where the F was. And then I'm going to go to my post-tax deductions, and I should have F, G, H, I, and J. So I'm going to add F8 plus. Now it will change those formulas. Once I have the formula correct, I can grab that little blue dot and drag it down. It will match the deductions across. Then I make sure that this deduction is correct. This one should only be adding K and L, and I can drag it down as well. Okay, so that's adding a column, deleting a column, and fixing the formula. Okay, so we've
So
got
how does it
Cass.
not? It did add to the highlighted first updated deduction. Well. Okay, I guess I should have looked at it before we deleted the other column. Because when you add a column, doesn't it make the top lines weird? That's why I didn't add a column. I know how to add a column, but I thought it would make all the top lines
It
weird.
just shifts it over. So it just shifted over there.
Okay.
And then whenever I delete this one, it shifted it back. But you can like move those whenever you need to like merge them or whatever.
Cool.
So is this the master you're on or no?
There's no master anymore.
Oh, I thought
I have to
you
create it. There was a master, but I have to create a new one. So I have to go in and make a new master. But this is just the one from Pheasant Hollow, because I was like, well, we'll just go ahead and get it done while we're sitting here. Okay. So no, it's fine. So then I'm gonna go back and fix my formulas again because we went backwards. Okay. So I'm gonna delete the F because he's not pre-tax anymore. And I'm gonna add the F8 to post-tax now.
Where do you get the 8? Is that what line it is?
Yep.
What row?
Yep.
Okay.
So this is the letter is the column across the top, and the number is the row across the bottom,
Okay.
across the left, and then I just drag across. My computer already knows I want to copy to the next row. I double check that my numbers are right, K and L, and then I drag that one down as well. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the next one. We have Denny Franklin. We're going to double check that his name is spelled correctly because we got a little bit of a Y in there, right? So we're going to get rid of that Y. And then we have
I was thinking.
cancer's 31.38, and then we have $9 for the ICU plan. We have James. This is Jarrell James. So his first name is Jarrell.
Sorry.
Okay. If it was perfect, we wouldn't have anything to learn. Okay. So we have life for him is $16.64. We have accident plan, which is $9, and we have life for his wife, which is $15.36. That's correct. Then we have John Franklin, who really goes by Mark, but that's his official name. So we have cancer plan is $14, $9 accident plan, $8.08 is the ICU. And then we have Logan, who has accident plan $4.16. So we have all of these taken care of, right? Okay. So What I do as an AD is I go through, I find my management report that was printed, and I pull all of this. Then if we had updates, I would go through the payroll forms to make those updates, okay? We don't have any updates, so we can actually delete that. We don't have to have it in yellow, but I go back and check in the account because sometimes people forget to give me their payroll forms. Sometimes people forget that they uploaded on accident, whatever. So I go in, if you go into an account, you have to have ownership of the account. So if we're enrolling one of Tony's accounts, I cannot see the applications. I have to go in and ask Amanda or Deanne to pull over record of that. But I can go in, if I scroll all the way down, everybody knows what this looks like. This is the information sheet. And then underneath that, it's going to show us our management report. Okay, remember you can print that by clicking on this button. And then you can scroll down, and if you own the account, you can click on applications. So I can go in and I can see all of the applications that were written. So I'm looking for anything that was a paid policy at this last enrollment. Okay, so right now we only have no cost, so that means there's no changes, and that's totally fine. But if you had something that, hey, somebody like accidentally uploaded, or they were supposed to have a cancer endurance plan and it came across as cash cancer or something, I can double check here. So when I'm double checking, I also look at this. Does that make sense? Okay. When I need to add a row, you can right click on the left-hand side and you can insert a row. However, when you do that, it does not copy the formulas. So you will have to drag it down. Okay, remember you're going to double check your formulas up here and drag it down. You don't want to have a whole bunch of extra rows anyways. So on this one, we're going to delete those. Delete. All right, this one is saying we don't have a reference because I didn't drag the formulas all the way down. I'm choosing no, I don't want it to do my suggestions. It's saying there's numbers nearby, should we include those numbers, okay? And then I'm going to double check again that I have all of the deductions that match up. My computer will automatically calculate this sum, and it should match this total here. Otherwise, I know if another formula is off, okay? Last thing is, how do I make it alphabetical order? By the last name. I'm going to highlight the rows that I want to be manipulating, and only those. And then I'm going to go to data, sort range, and then sort range by column A. And that will put them in the correct order. So then whenever I'm looking at this deduction spreadsheet, I can download it as a PDF so that I can send it to her. It will look like that. And then if I have any kind of payroll forms, I'm also going to get a scan of those payroll forms because I send them a copy of those as well. Okay. That is how to do all of the things that we talked. Oops.